Have you ever thought that every time your dog wags its tail, it means they're happy? The truth is, not all wagging tails are joyful. Some tails wag, while the heart trembles inside. And the heartbreaking part is, many owners never realize it. A dog's tail is a powerful tool of communication. But not every wag is a sign of happiness. If you notice your dog wagging lightly, unevenly, or low near the hips, that could be a sign of hidden anxiety. Your dog might be confused, unsure of what's going on, and simply trying to be polite, like a child forcing a smile when asked a question they don't know how to answer. I once met a dog owner. He truly loved his dog. Every time he came home, the dog would run up and wag its tail furiously. He thought his pup was overjoyed. Until one day, he accidentally left the door open, and the dog didn't run out as usual, just stood there silently. When he checked the camera footage, he realized the tail always wagged, but the eyes were filled with uncertainty. Every sound of a motorbike, every jingle of the keys, startled the dog. That wagging tail was the pup's way of trying to calm itself. If you see your dog wagging its tail low, try something gentle. Sit beside them without touching. Don't call their name. Don't pet their head. Just let them know you're there. You'll see, after a few minutes, the tail slows, then stops. When your dog finally turns to look at you, that's the moment they're saying, "I feel safe now." Sometimes, all your dog needs is for you to sit quietly beside them, so they know they don't have to face the world alone. But that's only the beginning. Because your dog's eyes hold stories you've never known. And sometimes, even a glance can be a silent cry for help. Sometimes, all it takes is a look into someone's eyes to know they're not okay. It's the same with dogs. The only difference is, they can't say, "I'm sad," or "I'm scared." All they have are their eyes to express everything they carry inside. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and that doesn't just apply to humans. For dogs, a gaze is a subtle language. When a dog's eyes are wide open and they're staring intently at you, it could be a sign of heightened alertness, even stress. They're not playing, they're scanning, trying to figure out what's going on. On the other hand, when they constantly avoid eye contact, turn their head away, or glance elsewhere, that could be a signal of confusion or surrender. I remember a dog owner who broke down in tears while talking about her pup. She said, "I used to think he looked away because he knew I was mad. But later I realized, he was afraid I'd leave him." She had raised her voice once, just once, and ever since, whenever she came near, the dog would turn his gaze away. That look wasn't angry, nor sad, it was empty. A gaze that said, "I've shut my heart." If you've ever seen your dog avoid your eyes, try this gentle trick. Blink slowly 2 or 3 times. Then turn your head away. Don't stare. Don't step closer. Just like that, you're telling your dog, "I'm not a threat. I'm here if you want to come closer." Gazes are a language, and sometimes, your dog is just asking, "Do you understand that I'm scared?" But that's only one part of the face. Because there's another signal, quieter, deeper, in the ears. When one of your dog's ears droops down, it's not random. That's fear, taking a visible form. Have you ever noticed your dog folding one ear back when meeting a stranger? You might think, maybe they're just a little shy. But in that very moment, your dog is saying, "This makes me uncomfortable." A dog's ears are deeply emotional tools, incredibly sensitive. When both ears are pinned flat, it usually signals intense fear. But when only one ear, often the left, folds down, especially in a new or changing environment, it's a sign your dog is caught between feeling safe and sensing a threat. A friend once told me about her dog, Max. Every time a tall man entered the house, Max would fold his left ear and hide under the table. He would only peek out once the person left, gazing up at her with shimmering eyes. She didn't understand why, until she learned Max had been abused by his previous owner. He remembered. He still hurt, and even the shadow of a tall figure could trigger the scar he carried inside. If you notice your dog folding one ear slightly to the side, don't push them to approach anyone or engage. Instead, give them choice. Stay still. Speak gently with a familiar phrase like, "It's okay," and wait patiently for your dog to come closer on their own. They need control to regain their sense of safety. It's not that your dog dislikes people, it's that someone once broke their heart. And in those moments when they hide away, retreating into a quiet corner, it's not defiance. It's a silent cry for help, a plea for space to breathe, to feel safe, and to slowly heal. Have you ever walked into your home, called your dog's name, and gotten no response, only to find them curled up under the table? Don't be too quick to assume they're just resting. For many dogs, that reaction is instinctive, a way of coping when the world around them feels too overwhelming. Hiding under a table isn't just about seeking peace and quiet. It's often a sign your dog is feeling stressed, overstimulated, or unsafe. A dark, enclosed space like under a table mimics a den, a natural refuge, much like the shelters their wild ancestors would seek out for safety. I once heard a deeply touching story about a dog named Leo. He lived in a home where the parents frequently argued. Every time voices were raised, Leo wouldn't bark or howl. He would quietly run under the sofa and lie completely still. One time, his owner thought he was sick and took him to the vet. But the vet gently said, "This dog is stressed by the tension in the household." That single sentence left the whole family in stunned silence. If you notice your dog hiding often, don't pull them out. Instead, create a safe corner for them. A spot with a soft blanket, familiar toys, maybe something with your scent on it. Let your dog choose when they feel ready to come out, rather than forcing them to confront what's frightening. They're not hiding to leave you, they're waiting for you to be calm again. And if this behavior happens repeatedly, especially alongside other signs, like pacing, scratching at doors, or obsessive licking, it might mean your dog is carrying a silent kind of stress that you haven't yet noticed. Have you ever seen your dog running in circles, around the dining table, a corner of the house, or even around your legs, and couldn't figure out why? It's not extra energy. It's not playfulness. Often, it's your dog's instinctive way of coping with stress. Repetitive behaviors like circling, tail chasing, or excessive paw licking are early warning signs of chronic anxiety in dogs. When emotions build up and they can't speak about them, dogs may repeat certain actions, just like how humans might pull their hair, tap their feet, or clench their fists under stress. A friend once told me about his dog, Sam. Every time he got ready to leave the house, Sam would run exactly 5 laps around the dining table. Every single time. No barking, no whining, no jumping, just running, as if trying to control something slipping out of reach. Then one day, he started playing soft music every morning and spent 10 minutes gently playing with Sam before heading out. And something magical happened. Sam stopped the circling and simply lay down, watching him leave with peaceful eyes. If your dog shows repetitive behaviors, try making small changes. Increase the length of slow walks, 20 to 30 minutes. Add simple games like hiding treats in a towel or cardboard box. These activities help your dog burn off tension and break the loop of negative behavior. And don't forget a gentle massage each evening, around the shoulders, neck, or belly. It's not just relaxation, it's your way of saying, without words, you're safe. And you're not alone. Sometimes, your dog is just trying to say, "I'm tired, but I don't know how to stop." But if they reach the point where they no longer run, no longer hide, and only whimper softly, then maybe the sadness has been sitting inside them for a very long time. There are moments when you hear your dog make a very soft sound, a gentle whimper, like a whisper caught in their throat. No barking, no howling, no growling, just a faint noise, easy to overlook, easy to miss. But behind that tiny whimper may lie a sadness you've never seen before. Soft whimpering is a deeply emotional expression that many owners unintentionally dismiss. Unlike barking, which signals alert or excitement, quiet whines often come when a dog feels disconnected, lonely, or left behind. I once helped a middle-aged woman understand her dog Toby's behavior. Every morning when she left for work, Toby didn't scratch at the door or chase after her. He simply lay quietly by the doormat, letting out short, soft whimpers. She used to think he was just being clingy. Until one day, she came home earlier than usual, and found Toby still lying there, unmoved, as if waiting for someone to return. She picked him up and cried. And for the first time, Toby didn't whimper, he simply sighed, and gently pressed his nose against her chest. If you've ever heard that sound, don't ignore it. Try saying a familiar phrase every time you leave the house, like, "I'll be back soon," and play some soft music or a recording of your voice. These create a sense of ongoing presence. Letting your dog feel that you're not truly gone. They don't bark. They don't jump. They just whimper a little, just enough for you to notice. This heart needs a hug. But don't rush out the door just yet. Because what matters most isn't just that you understand your dog, it's what you choose to do once you understand. So in the end, how will you respond to that silent emotion? You don't need to be a veterinarian or fully versed in animal psychology to truly listen to your dog. All you really need is a quiet enough heart to notice the little signs. A lowered tail, averted eyes, a tilted ear, aimless circling, or even just a soft whimper. All of these are emotional expressions, the language of waiting to be understood. Understanding your dog isn't about learning to control them, but about learning to befriend their fears, their sadness, and even their quiet little dreams. And when you start to pay attention, when you stop brushing aside those subtle signals, the bond between you and your dog transforms. It's no longer owner and pet, it becomes family. In the truest sense. Sometimes, understanding doesn't need many words. You just need to be there and truly listen.